The most powerful motivational speeches that I have ever heard came from people who told me I couldn't do something. You know why? Because when they told me I couldn't do it, I was bound and determined to show them that I could. Tell me I can't do it. I will prove you wrong. I will show you that you're mistaken.
Don't just aspire to make a living. Aspire to make a difference. Anything you want good, you can have. So claim it. Work hard to get it. When you get it, reach back. Pull someone else up. Each one, teach one. Just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you're getting a lot more done. Don't confuse movement with progress.
You don't start because of what you don't have. You don't start because you don't realize yet that the fruit of everything good in life begins with a challenge. There's nothing easy in life, worthwhile in life. Everything is uphill that's worthwhile. And it's not going to come to you, and it's not going to fall in your lap, and it's not going to be something that, oh my gosh, it just was so simple. It's always going to be difficult.
The only way you're ever going to get to the other side of this journey is you have got to suffer to grow. So if you have any mental toughness, any
every day, not just on Tuesday and miss a few days. You have to work at it every day. You have to plan every day. You've heard the saying, we don't plan to fail.
Get out of bed. Now, as an option, you need to get things done.
You show me a person that assumes, and I'll show you a person that almost daily is disappointed.
I'm afraid of my shadow. How can I overcome that? Go in the military, get your ass kicked, do things you hate to do. Be uncomfortable every day of your life. Roger that. I'm not the smartest kid in the world. Okay. The truth, as painful and as brutal as it is, it changed me. Hey, let them call you that. What are you going to do now? They don't own your life. How are you going to control that now? How are you going to flip it upside down and say, Roger that, now I'm going to harness this shit, and you'll read about me years from now? How? That's the question. How are you going to do that? Thicken your skin. Become more of a human being. Don't be afraid of the reflection in the mirror, because that's all you can be afraid of. Once you overcome the reflection in the mirror, you've done it.
Here's the hard truth. People don't necessarily want you to succeed. And the bigger your dream, the more people that are going to come out of the woodwork to try to stop you. As Oliver Emberton said, the only way to avoid pissing people off is to do nothing important. Striving for something important, if you're trying to make real change, if there's something in your unscathed, they somehow hope that with this grand change that they want to make, that people just fall in love, that they see your vision, that they fall in line behind you, and that they want you to lead them. That's not the way that people work. Having a vision already puts you in an incredibly rare group of people, being able to see something that other people can't see. But as Mark Twain said, keep away from those who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always, but you can't be afraid to piss people off. You have to know that they're coming for you, and you
It took 500 years for someone to notice something hidden in plain sight. It was a doctor who noticed the shape of the human brain. The message being that the divine gift does not come from our own minds.
You would be amazed at what the average brain is capable. What could you read? Not very much. Well, math and science are exactly the same way. If you're missing elements, it all becomes very confusing. But if you go back and you fill them in, it becomes very easy. And just about everything is easy if you're willing to put the work into it. And things that they don't want to remember, they can't remember. Have you noticed that? And anybody can always find time for something that they want to do. But if they don't want to do it, they can find 5,000 reasons why they shouldn't do it. And that's the way it is when it comes to preparing yourself, particularly in an area like medicine, technological areas. You just automatically. It doesn't come by osmosis. You have to actually work for it to make it.
Capacity. Olympic gold medalists use 40% of their brain capacity because mastery is the highest form of intelligence. So imagine this. Imagine you winning the silver medal or the bronze medal. Those people who win those medals are using 20% of their brain capacity. That's a lot. They're accessing a lot. But the person standing on top of the podium, on top of the box, with the gold medal around their neck, is using 20% more than they're using of their brain capacity.
A new type of thinking.
A way of unlocking that part of the brain that we could all, to some extent at least, have an experience of what it's like to be me or to be someone like Stephen Wiltshire.
The second step.
Our perception of reality has less to do with what's happening out there and more to do with what's happening in here.
Compelling vision for what you want. You see, if you focus on crashing into the pole, trying not to, the more you try not to, what you focus on.
Different. They daydreamed big. They had a big vision. Thomas Edison, for example, his daydream wasn't to. That was his daydream. So the difference between the kind of waste of time daydreaming and the genius daydreaming, the brilliant daydreaming, which everyone can do. They say, wouldn't it be great to light the planet at night? How are we going to do that? And then they start to work, they bring in other people, they make that dream come true.
You can't just focus on it. You got to create a clear and compelling future in that area.
That make it come true. That's brilliance. And anyone can do it.
Align your life with what you really value. Align your life with what is most important to you. And then once you are in a position where you're aligned, guess what you'll do? Take action. You won't even have to work at it. When everything's in alignment, there's nothing pulling you away, boom, you go for it.
Every day is another opportunity to change your life. So if you're worried, if you're thinking you may not make it, then you won't make it. But if you make up your mind you're going to make it, and it's like BK said, the only way is if you quit. Just make up your mind you won't quit.
Brilliant.
Another chance to become more of who you were created and what you were created to fulfill.
And I suggest to you, it's never too late for you to become the person you've always wanted to be. But don't postpone it for next year. Don't postpone it for next month. Start being that person, that human being, that creative force, that business builder, that mother or father, that athlete, that human. Went into things that they didn't love, and they failed.
I don't work. What about the...
Ever heard came from people who told me I couldn't do something. You know why? Because when they told me I couldn't do it, I was bound.
Just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you're getting a lot more done. Don't confuse movement with progress.
You don't start because of what you don't have. You don't start because you don't realize yet that the fruit of everything good in life begins with a challenge. Everything is uphill that's worthwhile. And it's not going to come to you.
What makes me so crazy, it doesn't anymore. People go, well, why do you run if you hate it? What are you talking about? I don't want to take showers and eat either. I hate that too. That's life, man. It wasn't until I changed that now.
Or just basically sick of the grind. Well, what do I do on those days? I go anyways. I get it done, even if I'm just going through the motions. I go through the motions. I don't really want to work out. I work out. I really don't want to
On the other side is greatness.
So have dreams, but have goals. Life goals, yearly goals, monthly goals, daily goals. And understand that to achieve these goals, you must apply discipline and consistency. In order to achieve your goals, you must apply discipline and consistency every day, not just on Tuesday and miss a few days. You have to work at it every day. You have to plan every day. You've heard the saying, we don't plan to fail, we fail to plan. Hard work works. Working really hard is what successful people do.
Go through the motions. Lift out of bed. Now, as an overall rule, I do not like procrastination. You need to...
99% of people today are assuming, just assuming, that somehow they'll get better. Very sad, folks, very sad. Because let me tell you something about assumption. Assumption is a huge disappointment in life. You show me a person that assumes, and I'll show you a person that almost daily is disappointed.
For me to fix this, I gotta read what the hell is wrong with David Goggins. Not blame anybody. Read my book and say, okay, I'm afraid of my shadow. How can I overcome that? Go in the military, get your ass kicked, do things you hate to do. So the things that we run from the truth. We're running from the truth, man. So the only way I became successful was going towards the truth as who I am today. Tighten up, people. It's okay. Trust me. It's okay. You might be called nigger one day. It's okay. You might be called some Jewish word or some faggot or gay word. It's okay. Let them call you that. What are you going to do now? They don't own your life. Once you overcome the reflection in the mirror, you've done it.
Here's the hard truth. People don't necessarily want you to succeed. Pemberton said, the only way to avoid pissing people off is to do nothing important. But if you're striving for something important, if you're trying to make real change, if there's something in your life that you are absolutely hell-bent to make happen,